Hello everybody. This is the Goddess, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm here to discuss a lot of things that has been happening in the sim community recently, my own thoughts and opinions about the things I have been seeing in the past week and a half, and just saying how we can do better as a community as a whole. Do keep in mind, these are my own opinions and thoughts, and you can disagree with them however you like, but at the end of the day, these are my own personal thoughts and opinion. You know, you can disagree if you want. So, let's get started. One of the things I've seen in the Sim 4 community is the really controversial topic about piracy in the Sim 4 community. Me personally, whatever people do on their computer is their own business. Um, I don't care either way what you do, but also it's really hurtful to see so many people shaming and harassing people who have pirated the Sims 4 game onto their computers. And Simmers, big and small, were really outraged and calling people criminals and saying how they should, you know, be in jail, and a very really hurtful Twitter DM that I had throughout that whole situation, that I was told that me and others don't deserve to breathe uh at all because I made a tweet that people who pirate are not harming people. As long as it's not harming people, I don't care at all. Just, let people do what they want in peace of their own home. But going to people and harassing them and tell them they don't deserve to breathe, or, The Sims are saying things like, The Sims is not for broke people, or play a different game if you're too broke to get The Sims. It's really hurtful to say that. Since when are we determining somebody's worth over some pixels? Since when have we gotten to that point in the community where we are determining somebody's wealth and their way as a human over pixels? Because at the end of the day, guys, we all should love The Sims regardless of how the way we get the game or how the way it's played. The real issue is, instead of addressing the real issue like capitalism or why it's so expensive in other countries and other parts of the world, because I did some digging through Twitter, and people from different countries have said in their countries The Sims is very expensive and they can't afford it. It's even banned in some countries, which I didn't even know about. Also, let's address the real issue at hand. The real issue is capitalism, and the real issue is the pricing of EA and why it's so expensive in cultures like, I mean, not cultures, but in countries like Argentina, Italy, etc. Let's address the real issue at hand, not people who will pirate the game. Now, at the end, you don't have to agree with it, but show a little compassion and some empathy, because at the end of the day, we can all empathize and understand why people do it. Now, on to the next topic at hand. Problematic simmers in the Sim 4 community. I remember 3 years ago, there were a handful of problematic simmers. They weren't blatant in your face about them being problematic. It would be here and there, but now, since I have went into the Sim 4 Twitter and dabbled my way into the community, people have really showed their true colors. People have been outed to be anti-Semitic. People have been outed to be transphobic. Just a lot of things from the Sim 4 community. One of the things that really kind of like drove me away from the community is people were not held accountable for their actions. And and disclaimer, guys, no, I do not agree with the death threats that certain simmers have been receiving, and also it is really wrong to do that. So please don't send death threats to people. Please don't do that. Anyway, I think the real issue is their feet are not being held to the fire, in my personal opinion, that I feel like their feet should be held to the fire, but I don't know if people just don't want to, if people are scared, or they don't want to be indulged into drama, which I understand. People don't want to be indulged into drama, but also, recently, I feel like simmers are they just had enough and said, you know what, I'm just tired of people getting away with it, and it's time for some action. It's time to put their feet to the fire until things change. We're done. And I am all for holding people accountable. I'm not saying not everybody can change and grow, because people can definitely change and grow through action, not by words. Because keep in mind, everyone, anybody can say that they're sorry. Anybody can say that they'll change and grow. But remember, actions speak louder than words, and you should hold them by their actions, not by their words, just because, they're losing followers and people are losing respect for them. Just remind your guys. And also, let's not attack people for not accepting their apologies either. I think that's very problematic, because at the end of the day, you don't get to tell people how to accept apologies, and also you don't get to tell someone how to react or how to respond to problematic simmers. Your way is your way, and it may not be the best way. It may not be, the majority, because just because, like, you don't engage, or you don't want to engage in, adding quote unquote more fuel to the fire, people have the right to call these people out, and I'm all for calling people out because I do it all the time. I will never shame anybody for calling people out. It doesn't mean that, you're a horrible person. It doesn't mean that you're a child. It doesn't mean that, oh well, you're childish if you call them out. You're no better than them. Nope, I'm not going to say that. I say people are allowed to respond and interact with problematic simmers however they want to. You don't have the right to say or what's right and wrong, because at the end of the day, everybody's everybody has a right to basically respond how they want to, and that's how I feel. And I know this subject is very touchy for some people, but also hold your faves accountable too. Don't, please, please, please do not ride or die for people you don't know. It's not worth it. You don't know these people personally. Unless you're personal friends with these simmers, please don't ride or die for them. It's not worth it. And me personally, I don't ride or die for any influencer, any content creator, because at the end of the day, I don't know these people personally. We don't know how they are when the cameras are turned off or when the video ends. Just be mindful, guys. That's all I'm saying, really. So it's just best to, like, if you are following that particular simmer and they're in some drama, it's just best to, if you feel iffy about it, just stay neutral. Just stay neutral. Don't full blown ride or die. Don't full blown be a white knight for them. Okay? That's my personal opinion on it. I know people gonna have something to say about it. That is fine. It's my opinion, so let's just move on to something else. Also, let's talk about representation in the Sim4 community. Now, for years, I have advocated for so much representation because me personally, at the end of the day, I feel like everybody deserves reputation, no matter the culture, no matter the race. And I've seen a lot of people be very disrespectful, very hateful, people who are advocating for more cultural things to be added in the game. People who say, well, religion doesn't belong in video games, or, well, yeah, politics don't belong in my game, are the same people who got mad at Halle Bailey for casting as the Little Mermaid, the same people who got mad at episode 3 of Last of Us. I'm not gonna tell any spoilers, but if you guys have seen The Last of Us and you've seen episode 3, there were some angry people. They were very upset. And I'm here to tell you guys right now, representation definitely matters. Okay? It definitely matters. Having representation is not political, Kyle, Stacy, Christian. It's not political, okay? It is perfectly fine to have different cultures and different races in video games, okay? If you're not going to progress, just play something else, or better yet, you don't have to use anything that is cultural in the game. You don't have to, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's not for you. It's for them. And also, if you guys really want to know uh want more culture, there is a simmer called Hufflepalm who is advocating for Jewish culture to be put into the game. Their Twitter will be linked in the description box down below, and they made hashtag SimJews for Jewish representation, and I'm all for it because at the end of the day, everybody deserves representation in the game. No matter how you feel about it or not, you don't like it, you don't have to use it. Or better yet, just play a different game. That's how I feel. People who have an issue with representation, you're just exposing how you are as a person. I'm not gonna say it, but it does expose who you are as a person. If you hate representation in games, in movies, in TV shows, if you're one of those type of people, hey, maybe don't use it because it's not for you, or play a different game. I'm not gonna say it, but somebody else will. So, if that's all, if that's it, let's just move on to the next topic. Let's talk about the conversation of expansion packs, stuff packs, etc., and people being upset because people are very critical about the packs. So for a long time, Sim 4 has came out with some packs that were very buggy. Some things were broken in the base game. Things wasn't working properly, etc. So a new pack is going to be coming out really soon, and people are happy for it. I'm happy for it. This pack looks really promising, but I still want to pull back a bit and see how the pack works, because I don't want a repeat of what happened with wedding stories or high school years or anything like that. And I feel like people have the right to be very skeptical or be neutral or be like critical about the packs. And also, guys, being critical about is doesn't mean you hate something. There's a difference between critiquing something and completely just hating it. People who critique the game actually want the game to be better. Critiquing it does not mean you hate the game. And a lot of people are just get so mad when people critique the game and try to throw, shots at some simmers, which is really it's really shameful, because why? I'm pretty sure they love the game just like everybody else, but they're very critical and they're not willing to sugarcoat anything for their audience. They want to be honest. And in my opinion, that's a good thing. So, yes, you can be excited about the pack. You could be, bend over backwards for it. But people want to be skeptical and want it to work properly and hope nothing goes wrong when the pack comes out, which is a reasonable which is reasonable. It's very reasonable. So guys, let's just pull back and let's just chill out. Let's just chill out, guys. Just pull it back a bit, okay? It's not that deep. It's fine. It is what it is. Now, in conclusion to this video, the Sims 4 community is very diverse with so many different people with so many different races and cultures, people with disabilities, etc. People from across the globe love The Sims, and it's really sad to me to see people really coming out, being very hateful in a very diverse community such as The Sims. And I really want the Sim 4 community to do better. I do not I do not want to like come on Twitter and see somebody got exposed again for being a bigot, for being a xenophobic, for being anti-Semitic. Like it's very disheartening to see that, cuz I knew it wasn't like this when I was in the community 3 years ago, and I come back, it just seems like everything has gotten worse. More people are hypersensitive to things. More people don't let people have opinions anymore. It's met with so much backlash and criticism. I might even get backlash for this video, but we'll see. So anyway, guys, I just want the community to do better. I want people to basically enjoy this game, no matter where you are, no matter how you get it. I just want people to enjoy this game and love the game, because at the end of the day, we all love The Sims. We all love The Sims. We do. And it's really disgusting to see so many people, so many Simmers like drag each other through the mud, and you know, like is sitting around in like little groups and just talking about each other. Like this is some Mean Girls like high school scene. It's just weird. Guys, most of us are adults. Let's start acting like adults. We're not children. Some of us are in our late 20s, 30s, and even 40s. Let's start acting like kids, guys. Let's start acting like adults, I mean. And that is the end of my video. Let me know what you guys think about these points that I really wanted to talk about the community, and let me know your own personal opinions and your own thought and your own points. So that is it for me. Later, my gods and goddesses, and have a wonderful evening, morning, night, afternoon, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.